Today on Black Cinema and Black History, I know why the caged bird sings. So buckle up, because we all know what this one is. We're going to start with the cast as usual, and then we're going to do a little more of an in-depth thing when it comes to this movie. So starting with the cast. Paul Benjamin as Freeman, Diane Carroll, which we should all know, as Vivian. Ooh. Ruby Dee as Grandma Baxter, Roger E. Mosley as Bailey Sr., Esther Roll as Mama, Madge Sinclair as Miss Flowers, Constance Good as Maya, John Driver as Bailey Jr., Sonny Jim Gaines as Uncle Willie, Art Evans as the principal. I'm going to back out about your face now. As Mr. Dunleavy, Georgia as Mrs. Gurney, Daryl Anthony Williams as Tommy Val, Tanea Stewart as Lily, Monica Kyles as Julie, Frankie Mitchell as the second Mrs. Fletcher, Richard Selassie as Parmenion, Louis Little as Tommy, Sammy Little as Ira, Sylvester Spann as Tootie, Hosea Phillips as the preacher, Myra Jo Irvin as Red, George Cummings as the sheriff, who really only makes a quick appearance, so I don't know why I'm mentioning it, because I usually only do the important characters, well, the main characters. Terrain as a teacher, Mosley Williams as the first Mrs. Fletcher, M.L. Breland as Mr. Peter, Angela Brown as Kitty, and Abby Burns as Mary. Now, on to the big and long stuff. Let's get into it. If you don't know what I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is in general, then you don't know who Maya Angelou is, and I don't really know how to help you. So moving on. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. It was originally a book. It was Maya Angelou's 7-volume autobiography. And it was published in 1969 and chronicles her life from ages 3 to 16. She talks about her accounts with racism growing up and her traumatic childhood with a word I can't say on YouTube, but basically she was hugged inappropriately by an older man. It was one of the most widely read and taught books by an African-American woman in its day, and probably to this day. But I didn't look that up, so I'm not sure. The I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings film is, of course, a movie based off of her autobiography. It doesn't go as long or as much, and they do change some things, and Maya herself does change some things up in the movie. But for the most part, it stays true to the regular story, and the movie dropped in 1979, 10 years after the original work. The movie starts when her and her brother move in with her grandmother and go until she graduates 8th grade. And that's where the movie ends. The movie changes little things here and there, like I think an encounter with the Ku Klux Klan. Can I say that on YouTube? Like an encounter she had with the KKK and the 8th grade graduation scene in which Maya is the one to sing the Black National Anthem. Where in the book, she was not. I don't remember who it was. Read the book. It's really long and it's really good. Either way, though the movie doesn't follow the book directly, it is still just as powerful and presents just as strong a message, especially being that it is practically an entirely true story with very few additions to make it more movie friendly, more exciting, more interesting to watch. Though I think it would have still been interesting to watch because Maya's life was something to behold. And it's why she's such an amazing poet and philanthropist right now and one of my favorite women in the world. So of course in Maya's trauma, she stops speaking after she's hugged without her consent passionately for a very long time until one day she does decide for herself to begin speaking again at the behest of one of her teachers, though not immediately. And I think the movie goes out on a very strong note with that Black National Anthem. And I do think it does make the story feel stronger for Maya specifically, that it was her that led the song versus another student in her class. But I feel like it would have been just as powerful either way. This is the story of one of the greatest Black women of our time. And it really shows what Black women go through, went through, and have to overcome all the time. It's an inspiring tale of something that we shouldn't have to deal with, but we do. And all in all, this is literally one of the most important movies / books you will ever read / watch as a Black person in this country, and you should all be watching it, even if you don't read the actual autobiography. we should all be watching this movie. You will watch this movie. Anyway, that was this week's Black Cinema in Black History. Have you seen Maya's autobiography? Have you read Maya's autobiography? What did you think? If you haven't, will you now? And as usual, I will be linking a link directly in the description to watch this movie if you are interested. So make sure you look out for that. Here, I will be including a list up here somewhere throughout the video of the other videos I have done on this subject. Part 1 and Part 2 are up now, so make sure to catch the videos on the movies Cindy and Black Girl. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, I don't know. Have a great day, I guess. Why are you still here? I'm done. It's over. I have nothing left to say right now. Just bye.